Hi everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and as you can probably hear, I have a bit of a cold. I've had a lingering cough for about 3 weeks now that I just cannot seem to shake, but I have a really special announcement I want to share with you. So I thought I would just try to power through this, and through the magic of editing, mask exactly how sick I am. Before I get to the announcement though, there's just a little bit of context I want to share with you first. I started Watch It Played in 2011, and it's now 2018, at least at the time of this recording. And I really could not have imagined back when I started where I would be today with the show. And so for the last couple of years, I've been trying to be a little more thoughtful, planning ahead for the next 5 years, where we're going to be and how can I continue to grow the channel, continue to create good content that you want to see, and be a positive force in the hobby, and also sustain the show financially. Now, I've been very fortunate in the past. I've had many of you who've been able to support the show through our yearly fundraisers and make it possible for me to continue working on this full time. But fundraisers are, well, they carry with them a lot of uncertainty. You hope you're going to fund, but you don't know if you will, and you don't know how much. And honestly, I don't know if indefinitely you can really rely on fundraising if you're doing something like I'm doing. At a certain point, I at least feel it's sort of my responsibility to find alternative sources of income so I can lower the burden on you to support the show. Now, traditionally, this would mean finding some kind of sponsor or other business partner for the show, but the challenge for me is I've held to such a strict stance of not wanting to review games and wanting to keep my content as open as possible to be shared and enjoyed by as many people as possible, that it's made it hard for me to find business partners that would share the same philosophy that I do. Just to give you an example, if I was to partner with a major online retailer, for example, then brick and mortar stores, your friendly local game store, they would see my content as unfriendly and not want to share it and not want to feature it in their stores because basically I'm advertising for an online retailer in that content, and vice versa. And if you was to think about going with a publisher or a distributor, then it would limit the kind of content that I could feature because obviously they wouldn't want me featuring a competitor's content. And I like that I have control over the kinds of games that I want to feature and share with you, that I can basically pick from anything that I want. And so again, these have created some challenges for me in trying to find the right partner or the right potential business partner to financially help support the show. Now, all these challenges aside, it doesn't mean that I gave up considering other possibilities. And the one that I kept coming back to over and over again in my mind was Board Game Geek. And I even had friends who approached me independently and said, Rodney, as you think about Watch It Played moving forward, you might want to talk to the people at Board Game Geek and see if there's different ways you could work together more closely. Because Board Game Geek is the largest website for our hobby. It provides a gathering place for our community of gamers. They run conventions, they support charities, and they're gaming agnostic. And by that I mean that although you can certainly go to Board Game Geek and get a variety of opinions on a variety of games, the people who run the channel don't have an agenda in that regard. They just want to support the hobby. They're not trying to support particular games or particular publishers. And so that's a really good fit for me. And I think also as board game media creators, myself certainly, and I think others, we owe a lot to Board Game Geek for what they have provided us. If you think back to the very first video that I posted for Watch It Played, it was a gameplay video for Mansions of Madness First Edition. If I had just posted that to YouTube, I would have been a needle in a haystack. But because Board Game Geek exists, I was able to post it there and immediately find the types of people who would want to watch and enjoy our content. Board Game Geek really has been, I think, the largest sort of independent source of support for our channel. And that really means a lot to me. And that's why I've said here and in other places that although YouTube is the platform for Watch It Played, Board Game Geek has always been our home. Now that's a lovely sentiment and all, and it's true. But here's the catch. Watch It Played is very important to me. And I dare say I think it's very important to many of you. You've supported the show over the years. You've watched it. I hope you've enjoyed it and felt a connection to it. And so I've made very slow and deliberate decisions about the channel. I try not to take myself too seriously, but I take what I do here very seriously. And although I've been very friendly with the folks behind BGG over the years, I wouldn't say I knew them really well. And for me to get into any kind of working relationship with somebody, I want there to be a relationship first. So what I did was I took the time over the last several months to try to get to know them. When I would see them at conventions, try to take the time to talk and start to form some of those connections. And then something really crazy happened. At Essen Spiel 2017, I was walking with with Scott Alden, or Aldi as he's more commonly known, the owner of Board Game Geek. And Lincoln Damrest was there as well, the now director of media at BGG. And we were just talking, and out of the blue, it felt like to me, they approached me about how we could work more closely together, how they could support Watch It Played to help me continue to do what I'm doing and also expand and grow the show. I have to say, it completely floored me that independently, they'd also been thinking about how they could work with Watch It Played. I took that to be a very good sign. And so from that point on, and for the last several months till now, we've been talking regularly and also forming that relationship and that friendship, frankly, and talking about our philosophies about how we can support each other, how content creation can be made to better support the hobby. And really, I couldn't have asked for a more natural and organic way for all of this to come about. So, what I'm excited to announce today is that Watch It Played is joining forces with Board Game Geek to continue to create our tutorial and gameplay content, but now under a shared name. Now, this isn't the final logo, but it's an example of what it might look like. And I'm also going to be attending a variety of conventions with them to help them with their preview content and be in their booth. And this creates an interesting opportunity for me because oftentimes at conventions, people will ask me, Rodney, where are you going to be? And it's very difficult for me to say because I've never wanted to have a booth for myself. I've wanted to be able to move around and go visit the various publishers, but now I get the best of both worlds because the publishers come to the BGG booth, which is where I'll be, and I'll also be able to see you there and talk as well, not only in the booth, but also after hours at different BGG-sponsored events and gathering places. Now, one thing I should be very clear about is that Watch It Played is still an independent company. I still own the channel, and I still have final say over what gets featured here. And I wanted to say that because I know that change can sometimes be concerning. But the biggest change that you should see as viewers on the channel is just simply that we won't be having a fundraiser this year. And I would just like to talk about that briefly for a moment because, look, I've been very fortunate over the years to have the support of many of you year after year after year, and even some of you have just joined the channel last year who chose to support us. To be able to do this thing that I love so much and to be able to do it full time, that would not have been possible without you. You will never know how grateful I have been for this opportunity. But you've done your part. And now BGG is going to step in and take a turn. Basically, I'm going to be doing work with them enough that I will not have to run a fundraiser this year to support the show. But you have supported the show in many ways beyond financial. Whether it's just been simply words of encouragement, the comments that you've left on our channel, the participation you've had in our gameplay videos, sharing our videos with your friends, with your local game stores, all of that, just being a part of our community has meant so much as well. And I hope that's something you'll continue to do with us as we move forward. I should also say that this is something that Board Game Geek and I are doing together for a year. We just want to make sure that everything is a good fit. And then if it is, we'll make a longer commitment. I have to tell you though, I'm really excited about this opportunity and I hope you'll enjoy joining us on this adventure. I never want Watch It Played to be just one thing. I hope it will always continue to grow and evolve, but at its core, I hope it's always the thing that first drew you, for whatever reason, to this channel and to want to be a part of it. So as we grow and change, your feedback is going to be invaluable. So please, in the comments below, celebrate with us, but also let us know your comments, your questions, any concerns you have, and I will definitely personally answer them as soon as I have a chance. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.